Hello smart people, Rose here, and welcome back to Academic Rose. Today I want to talk to you about PhD stress. Recently I went through a rough patch of PhD stress because I took my comprehensive exam, and this was a very stressful period. And yes, I basically had just a quick overview if you're interested in all the gory details of how my PhD comprehensive exam was. I'm going to leave a description down below and probably somewhere in the screen. But just a quick summary, it's an exam in which you go from being a PhD student to a PhD candidate. And for me, I had to read 30 articles and summarize them, and also answer about 3 compounded questions that in total were 9 questions. So yeah, I went through that, and I only had a quarter to actually answer those questions. And so it was really tough for me, in the sense that I started to lose my hair. It might not show as much right now, but all of this over here, it started to lose hairs, and now they're starting to grow back in. I didn't have these patches of no hair as prominent as they are now, and the same thing here. But since I have a lot of hair, thankfully, it doesn't show as much. But if you go to previous videos, you can actually see like the foreskin, or my skin, all the way back till here, because I started to lose my hair, and I involuntarily could find myself scratching really hard like that. And I think that also contributed to my hair loss. So I wasn't as mindful of everything I was doing, and in the end it resulted in negative effects in my body. In addition to that, I would find myself biting very hard, so my jaws would tend to hurt a lot, and that would cause headaches. And I also noticed that my teeth started moving because I'm putting so much force into them. So when I read, I'm reading like that, and it's not really good for me. It wasn't good for me at all. And last but not least, I gained a lot of weight. So when I went to Montreal, I switched my diet, so I started eating vegan. And it's not that I stopped eating vegan, it's just that I started, when I was in my comprehensive exam, I started being hungry like 24/7. I would just eat like a big meal, and I would be starving. And I would continue to eat, and it wasn't healthy vegan food. It wasn't fruits, it wasn't vegetables. It was more junk food, chips, and I was craving Coca-Cola, or I was craving chocolate. And I gained, I think in total it was about 20 something pounds. So I went from 150 to 170 now. And it's not pretty, especially when in my license, and I know this is totally superficial, but now in my license, since I renew it, it says 170 pounds. And I wasn't 170 pounds before the exam, and it was all just that quick. I know that in addition to that, when I started my exam, I also went through some difficult times in sense of financial, in the financial sense. So I stopped my subscription to yoga and Pilates. I used to do a lot of yoga and a lot of Pilates, and I just plainly stopped and didn't pay for that because it was a pretty big sum of money. It was about $250 per month. It was something like that. No, it was $250 for 3 months. And I just couldn't pay for that and continue to be, and so on. And also, I didn't have the time, because before I paid for yoga and Pilates, I actually was running every morning. And in addition to time, I know this is also dependent on the weather. So in Montreal, obviously in January, you can go running, but it's freezing outside, and I still have not made peace with the fact that you can run in the snow, so I don't run when it's snowing or when it's cold outside. And that contributed to all of these stressors that in the end reflect on my body. Like, I can still see that there are some pieces in my head that are missing here, and I can feel it. Like, they're very, very irritated. And I can also see all the weight I've put on. And yeah, I guess it's part of PhD life, and I know this is not a good thing to say, and probably I shouldn't just say it's part of it, because that might be part of the problem, but there are things we can do to relieve that stress. I didn't put anything like really hard into practice, but I know that having Adam and having my friend Elizabeth and being able to bitch about things and, like, just vent, that helped a lot. And also being organized helped, because I know that I could have been under more stress. I could have bitten my nails, I could have gone through all sorts of terrible things, but yeah, I still went through some changes in my body due to PhD stress, and I guess I wanted to share that with you. And I want to ask you, if you're a PhD student, what stress does to you, and what patches in the PhD life have actually exposed you to stress and, by consequence, changes in your body? Leave a comment down below. And that's it. That's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope you have a fantastic weekend. And I will see you again on Monday with the PhD vlog. Bye, smart people!